for YouTube, and then we'll get to going. Thank you all for making our time this Saturday afternoon and night for some of us to be here, to join us. We're going to make it real fast so that we can get on with our business. Thank you once again. Let me see who is waiting. Anybody waiting? Okay, let's go. This is the TIMFA Associated Counselors. We are going to rely on my PowerPoint today. But years ago, we realized that we do need to have a counseling practicum and a counseling training group, other than just giving out text and the 2-3 weeks that we spend. But we realize that it's not enough. And there's very little that we can do for you to master counseling skills. It takes a while because we're dealing with human beings, and human beings vary. So it takes experience, but you have to know what to look for. That's what we are training you in MFCC, part 1 and part 2. That's what we're training on the different kinds of essential skills. But this course helps you to begin to identify what to look for when you hear the stories of your clients, what to know to look for, and what tells you what's going on. So I will go through what this program offers. It's a 90-day program. Let's get on my PowerPoint. That would help us to understand better. If you have any question, please hold on to it. I'll make time at the end to take your question. So this is the TIMFA Associated Counselors. The short abbreviation is TAC, T-A-C, and not to be confused with TAP, T-A-P. We also gonna talk about that part. So my name is Victor. So let's keep going. That's a saying by Walt Disney. He says the way to get started is to quit talking about it and begin to do. If you ask me, I'll say it's not just beginning to do, it's also to quit thinking about it and begin to act on what you're thinking. When it comes to vision actualization and vision pursuit, a lot of us sit in the thinking phase. We keep procrastinating. We keep thinking, I'll do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. The best way to get the skills that you need is to jump into it and begin to help people. There are a lot of people who are waiting to be helped. So that's the quote, begin doing something. So today, the agenda that we're going to cover, I will provide an introduction to TAC, the TIMFA Associated Counselors Program. I will tell you what TAC offers you. We'll talk about how this is delivered and the duration. And finally, we'll talk about how you can be part of this program. This is something that I'm very passionate about, that those we train get to use the skills that we train you, that we give you, that you use your skills, not only using it, that you are confident in yourself, confident in your skills to undertake any challenge, any case that comes before you. Why? Because not only do you know what to do, you also know what not to do. In counseling, you have to know, you have to be able to say, this is not my area. I need to refer this to someone else. That's part of the skill. Otherwise, you will be rolling the dice. That's not what we want to accomplish. So this program helps you to do that. So let's talk about TAC. TAC is one of the tracks that TIMFA provides. We have 2 tracks. If you finish the MFCC program, the first track that we have is what we are talking about today, the TIMFA Associated Counselors. These are for people who know it within themselves that they are counselors. That's what you like to do. You like to help people. You like to talk to people. You have that compassionate heart that helps you to develop rapport with clients, with people. They get to trust you. That's the gift that you have. That's your strength. This is your track. If you're like me, you have the listening skills, you can listen to people, and then you can interact with people and make them feel at home. So they begin to open up to you. If that's a gift that you have, this program may be for you. And we also have the TIMFA, I wrote TIMFA, it's actually TIMFA. It's the TIMFA Affiliated Counselors. These are for people who want to do what TIMFA is doing. In other words, you want to be able to train coaches, you want to be able to train counselors, you want to be able to train those who will train others, or those who just need it. They don't want to be counselors, but they want to be trainers. So that's that track. But today we are focusing on TAC. So what is TAC? TIMFA Associated Counselor is a TIMFA's platform for training counselors. This is very simple. That's what we do. We train you. We help you to develop skills, the confidence, the edge that you need to be different. Everybody says, I'm a coach, I'm a life coach, I'm a counselor, I'm a mentor. People claim to be that. But what separates the chaff from the real thing is what you deliver. When people come to you, how you make them feel, and the result they get from you. That's what shows that you are actually what you claim to be. Sometimes you've heard people say that the coat or the cloak doesn't make the monk. It's the monk's activity, how he carries himself, that makes us look at him and say, oh, he's a monk. Just because he's wearing a monk's cloak, that doesn't cut it. At first, we might say, okay, maybe he's a monk. Eventually, when the monks start fighting in the marketplace, we'll say, okay, he's wearing a monk's cloak, but he's not acting like a monk. Something is wrong somewhere. So that's what we do here. We train you on how to do actual counseling. I'm going to guide us through it. So that's what this is about. So what do we offer? We offer a 90 days duration of mentoring, supervision, practicum, and actual case. We are going to talk about mentoring and supervising. We offer A to Z of how to start your own practice. By the time you're done with this program, you are ready to jump into the market and begin to do actual counseling practice. We show you how to monetize your business. This is actually where the rubber meets the road. A lot of people claim to be counselors. The problem is, are you handling your business enough for people to have the confidence to pay you to deliver your services? That's where the rubber meets the road. And a lot of visions perish here. We start, we can't generate income, we can't generate the confidence for people to pay us, and ultimately we fizzle out. Some people don't fizzle out. Some people convert it to free counseling. They just say, well, I'm just doing charity. Well, if that's what you want to do, that's a good thing. And we also offer free counseling. But we want to have the skills to charge those who can pay you, who are looking for someone to help them, have them pay you, use the resources to help those who cannot pay you, but need the services. So we're going to walk through that. And then we're going to see real life case studies. If you are doing a practical model, you will actually have to do at least one case before we end, meaning you will counsel, you will bring reports, you will consult with me, I will guide you on how to be effective, you'll give me feedback on what's going on, challenges you're having, and then we will walk through it. And if you need me, I'll be in session with you to observe you. But either way, you're going to do at least one session before the 90 days is over. And then this provides global networking. By the time we are done in the 90 days, those from Zimbabwe, South Africa, US, we all get to know each other. We share ideas and we develop relationship as a result. Obviously, you develop one with me as your supervisor and as the practical facilitator. So these are what we offer. Actually, the curriculum is a lot longer than this. If you see the curriculum, I'm just giving you the highlight of what we do. So the last point, second to last or third to last point is how do we deliver and what's the duration? I've talked about the duration. It's 90 days, March to June. This March, we're going to start. So we're going to have a bi-weekly Zoom meeting. It's not classes, it's meeting. We're going to discuss real life cases. We're going to have to find out, you're going to bring feedback on what you're going through. I will provide feedback. You're going to give me feedback on what we talk about in the meeting. And then you will have opportunity to observe counseling sessions, meaning I will counsel either a student or a real life person, and you will see how I do intake. You will see how I do treatment planning. You will see how I sit in counseling. You will see how to handle difficult clients, how to navigate through that so you don't spoil the relationship that you have with the client. You do a one-on-one, you may have opportunity to do a one-on-one with me. Let's say you're dealing with a case that you're running into problem before the meeting time. You can reach out to me. Obviously, this is based on my availability, but I will try and be available. We will do case studies and presentation. If you don't have real life case, I'll give you a case study. You will have to do a presentation on how you handle it. So that's it. And we will take turns playing the role of a patient, of a client, and the role of a counselor. So by the time we are done with this, you are actually ready to go. You're ready to embrace things and you're ready to move on. So 90 days, March to June, you get all that you need to have confidence. So some of us are asking, what's the fee? The fee for mentoring and supervision for those who are paying by dollar, that fee is $300. Paid over the 6 months, over the 3 months, which is 90 days. If you're paying by Naira, it is 150,000 K. If you're paying by Rand, it's 5,000 Rand. This is for mentoring and supervision only. Now, if you're doing mentoring, practicum, and supervision, the fee is $400. 200,000 K, 650 K. What is the difference? The difference for those people who are doing practicum is that you're going to actually handle a live case. In other words, you will identify one client that has a problem that you are passionate about. It could be someone that is dealing with mental illness. It could be someone that is dealing with marital problem. It can be someone who is getting ready for marriage. Whatever the scenario, you're going to have to source. It's not me that will find for you because we are all in our different locations. You would find one client that you're going to do within the 90 days. I will be your guide from screening to termination. We're going to walk through screening, assessment, orientation, treatment planning, in-session counseling, termination. We are going to monitor the progress of that person that you're dealing with. If you're terminating before the 90 days, I'll terminate with you. If you're not, I'll provide a session with you on how to terminate that session effectively. So these are two tracks. You decide. One is the mentoring and supervision. Track 2 is mentoring, practicum, and supervision. So it's up to you. The difference is that those who are on track 2 will have a live case that they would work with me. Those who are on track 1 will deal with a case study that I will provide. Obviously, that doesn't give you a whole lot of feedbacks, and you don't get to experience the real challenges of dealing with a live person. But it's a simulation. It will still give you some of the skills you're looking for. So that's it. So the next question is, how do I register? So I'll take this question and then we will take your individual question. If you forget anything, you don't know how to register, you forget the numbers that are on the screen, just send us an email to info@timfa.org. We will take it from there, or contact any of the staff, whoever has helped you before, who invited you here today. Just say, I am interested in TAC, and we will take it from there and guide you on how to register, and then we will develop a flex payment plan if that's what you want to do. Let's just say you say, I can't pay this money in one go. I want to spread it over the 90 days. We will work with you. We just want to have an agreement. Every month I'm going to pay XYZ. Every month, 3 months, I'm going to pay this on this day. Our staff will help you. The numbers are on the board. If you are from anywhere other than West or South Africa, there are 2 numbers there. One of them, the first one, is my number, +1 281 701 7850. The second one is my wife's number, +1 713 498 6211. The third number is the person who you will contact if you're from Western Africa. The last number is the Southern African number for our staff. Contact any of these numbers here, and we will take it from there and help you to register. This is going to be starting towards last week of March. So we want to give us time to register so that we can kickstart that from last week of March and last week of June, 90 days. So that's the presentation. Any question? Do we have any question from anyone before we round up? By the way, this is going to be on YouTube. This is also going to be shared on our platforms. If for any reason you want to look at it and listen again to some of the things that I've said, you can just log in there and listen and watch again this and go from there. Our staff has posted the information. Training says, is there an opportunity for payment plan? Yes, I just answered that. There's an opportunity for payment plan over the 90 days. This is, quite frankly, this is not about the money. This is about our vision, our calling. So that when you say I'm affiliated with TIMFA, I got trained with TIMFA, we want to be sure that you know what to do, that you're not confused, because whatever you do reflects back on us. So we want to be sure that you are trained. And by the way, when I did my master's program on counseling, I had to do 6 months of practicum. I actually had to go to the site. Go to the site and work with them and see real life cases. I also, to get most of the licenses that I have, I just got a license to do mental health counseling. It took me 3,000 hours of counseling, of dealing with working in a facility, mental health facility, before I could get that license. When I got the license for substance abuse, it took me that much hours. If you didn't have a master's to become a substance abuse and addiction counselor, you have to do anywhere from 3,000 hours to 4,000 hours. Why am I saying this? I'm saying it that the system recognizes that just doing the classwork is not enough. You do need practical. Think about it. Until you sit down with somebody for 60 minutes, 1 hour, that's the average counseling period. Until you sit down with them, you won't realize how difficult it is to fill those 60 minutes with quality content, to be able to walk that person so that when they leave your presence, they have something they're living with. 60 minutes begins to look like or feel like it's 60 days if you don't know what you're doing. And if you have problems, you don't know how to handle it. That's the way counseling relationships can quickly go south. But if we know what we're doing, we can navigate through it. So that's what this is about. Obviously, if you are interested in training, you're saying, no, I'm not called to be a counselor. I just want to do training. You follow our TAC track. But if you're like me, you're a consummate counselor, that's what you're made for. This track is for you. So that's what we're going to do. Any question before we close? Trying to be sure that I'm answering. If you have question and you are on YouTube, you're watching this on our YouTube channel, post your question there. I will be back to answer it, or one of our staff will be back to answer it. Or if you're watching us on Facebook, because we're going to have to stream this on Facebook or share it on Facebook, post your question on the thread. We will come back and respond to you. Other than that, I wish you all a happy Saturday. And those who are here, if you're interested, I need for you to say, I am interested. We will take it from there. If you're thinking about it, just say, I'm thinking about it. We have Emmanuel, we have Uzo, someone has their iPhone. Actually, this iPhone guy, you're the reason why I muted all the Zoom, incoming Zoom, because I don't know who you are. The rest of the people with name, I know them. So I didn't want anybody streaming stupid stuff on a broadcast. That's why I muted everybody. So if your iPhone had been a name, maybe we would have been able to see each other's face. But anyway, that's it. Anybody else before we go? Who is interested? Don't make me feel like I haven't done a good presentation. What I just said wasn't well presented. If you're here, it means you're interested in becoming a consummate counselor. Who is interested? What's your okay? Kemi says, I'm interested. I hope it's the Kemi that I know. But anyway, I like the name Kemi. Whoever is Kemi, thank you. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Okay, the Kemi that I know. Kemi, how are you? Good to see you here. Anybody else? Who else is interested? Who else wants to join us at the end of March? To join us on your way to becoming a consummate counselor. You get the skills and the confidence that you need. I didn't say it, but we are going to give you tons of material for counseling. We're going to give you what I use for intake, what we use to manage depression. In that, we have a lot of workbook, a lot of things to do step by step. We're going to give you tools for intake for now. That is one that Together Forever TIMFA gave you. We're going to give you other tools that you can use to motivate people who have low self-esteem. We're going to give you tools that you can use to help people to discover their core beliefs. It's just materials. Other than that, thank you all for joining us. God bless you and good morning. Happy Saturday.